He's leading the SEC in passing.
That's right, 67% completions for the senior, who is 6'6", 220 pounds. Earlier this week, Coach David Cutcliffe told me that he will be a first-round pick, he believes, for an NFL team. He's quietly going about his business of being one of the top quarterbacks in the country.
For Mississippi State, Matt, to have success against Eric Ainge and this Tennessee squad, they're going to have to do something nobody else has been able to do, and that's get pressure on Eric Ainge. He's only been sacked twice, and that's going to fall to Titus Brown.
Titus Brown second in the SEC in sacks this season. However, the front guys for Tennessee have only given up 2 sacks in the first 5 games of the year. Titus Brown's going to have his hands full with those big guys for Tennessee. But if Titus Brown can have a big day, it'll be the first time getting pressure on Eric Ainge. We'll have to see how the senior responds.
It should be a great matchup today between two squads that don't see each other very often. Tennessee at Mississippi State. All coming your way right after this here on CSS, your source for Southeast sports. Set to kick off. Bill Fulmer, of course, the head coach for the Volunteers in his 16th season, leads all Southeastern Conference coaches. He's the dean, been around the longest. Sylvester Croom from Mississippi State got his 4th win of the season last week in his 4th year leading Mississippi State. Tennessee and Mississippi State don't meet very often. They're from different divisions of the conference. But Tennessee, of course, leads the series against these two squads. Chad Cunningham getting set up to kick it off. And back deep for the MSU Bulldogs, Justin Williams is the deep man. Here's the kick. It's going to be shallow, and they're going to let it bounce at the 10. It's going to be picked up by an up back and fighting forward across the 15 to the 17. Not getting much on the play is Arnell Stallworth. So Tennessee effective with their opening pooch kick. Left some indecision with the return men for Mississippi State.
Return guy in the back there, that's Williams. He's got to come up and catch that football. It's his. It's over the up back's head. It's his responsibility to go catch it. And he let it bounce in front of him. You do that on punts, but not on kickoffs.
Wesley Carroll, the freshman, gets the start today for the Bulldogs, and they will open with an I formation, and they'll give it to the deep back. And fighting to the outside, that's Dixon. Anthony Dixon. He's in the open across the 30 before being run out of bounds. We showed you moments ago that Wesley Carroll, the true freshman, is the starting quarterback, and he'll come up under center after the first down play. Straight back to pass, but there's a whistle and a flag.
They're really having a good time in the first part of this game.
First down 15 now. Carroll drops straight back, looks out in the flat, has a receiver who breaks a tackle. And getting up close to the 35-yard line. To a close. Pickup of 7 on the play. It's second down and 8 for MSU. Carroll again back to pass. Under pressure. Eludes a tackler. Now throws over the middle. Reception by the fullback, Jeremy Jones, who was immediately nailed by Gerard Mayo.
Nice job in the backfield. Wesley Carroll avoiding the tackle for loss. Gets it to Jeremy Jones, but look out. Nice awareness to find your fullback. He's right there in front of you. Hang on to the football. What a tackle by Gerard Mayo. Perfect job sticking your face mask right between the numbers on the chest of the ball carrier, wrap up and bring him to the ground. Mayo is a big-time player, putting it on display there.
I imagine Mayo and Jones might visit again before the day is over. Third down and short for the Bulldogs. 3rd and 2. The ball just across the 40. They're going to give to Dixon. Up the middle, he'll have first down yardage and a bit more for MSU. That'll be their second first down of this drive. The ball is just across the 43-yard line in Bulldog territory. I formation again for MSU. First drive of the day. Dixon takes the ball in the backfield. Tries to get around the corner. A lot of dancing there, Matt, but never able really to find the hole before Jonathan Hefney comes up from his free safety position to make the stop.
Nice pursuit defensively for Tennessee. You see him there slanting inside, and then they've got to get it back outside. So good play call, but Mayo kind of gets out there and takes on the block of Eric Hoskins, the fullback. He's the main one, not letting Anthony Dixon see a place to cut the ball up and get back inside. For Dixon, though, he's got to make sure that he gets back going north and south, not continue to go towards the sideline.
No gain on the play, makes it second down and 10 for the Bulldogs. Carroll, 3-step drop that is, throws it high off the hands of Aubrey Bell was looking for the quick pass near midfield. Would have had a completion, just got it up a bit. Bulldogs in shotgun formation. Carroll looks over a four-man front of the Volunteers. Looks downfield along the sidelines, just overshoots the outstretched hands of his intended receiver, Eric Butler, the tight end. Hefney back deep to receive the punt for Tennessee. He averages just 2.7 yards per punt return. McAdams gets the punt off, and Hefney will take it at the 16-yard line. Tries to work to his right, now cuts back towards the middle. Gets up to the 22, and it'll be first down Tennessee at that point. So a gain of 6 on the punt return, and that'll set the Volunteers up 1st and 10. And this explosive, high-octane offense we talked about, not only do they have the leading quarterback in the league passing in Eric Ainge, but 3 of the top 10 receivers as far as receptions per game as well.
Yeah, plenty of firepower, and now they have the advantage of getting the ball while Mississippi State still has no points on the board. It would have been important for Mississippi State to try to get some points in that opening drive and get this crowd really involved. Tennessee has a chance now to put up the first points and take this Mississippi State crowd out of it momentarily.
First down and 10 at the 22. They're going to give on the handoff and breaking a couple of tackles, getting up to the 25. That's Foster. Arian Foster averages 5.2 yards per game so far this year. Also will catch the ball out of the backfield. So they put it on the ground first. Foster the ball carrier. And it'll be second down. They'll not huddle up. Tennessee, they'll do a lot of work right from the line of scrimmage, Matt. Looking over that 3-man front now of the Bulldogs is Ainge. He'll pull up, look to the sideline. He has 3 wide receivers, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Now the Bulldogs will pull 2 more defenders up in the box. And again, they're going to put it on the run, trying to stretch out to the corner, but Gabe O'Neill is going to have Foster all wrapped up and will shut. 3rd down and 10 after no gain on that second down play. Ainge in the shotgun. Looks over the middle, has a receiver. First down yardage and more. That's Austin Rogers out of Nashville, his 26th reception on the year. Rogers averaging, Matt, 12.5 yards on each reception. That's about what he got there.
Perfect throw with pressure in his face. Eric Ainge has a defender. It's Avery Hannibal about to get there right before he delivers the football, and you see there, hits his receiver Rogers right in the gut, in stride, first down.
Tennessee gets the first down. They're at the 38-yard line. On their end of the field, they'll use motion to the wide side. Ainge under center, 3-step drop, throws a fade, and he's got a man wide open. Down along the sideline, pulling it in, number 12, Lucas Taylor. That's his 31st reception on the year. They ran that to perfection.
Absolutely, that's the fade route, one-on-one with a cornerback, Marcus Washington. He actually takes 5 steps, so it's not designed to be a 3-step route, but he beats Marcus Washington, gets to the outside and got space, and there you see again a perfect throw. The first 2 balls come out of the hand of Eric Ainge have been perfect here today.
Well, they have marched down the field. They're inside the 30 of the Bulldogs now. Now they go with the draw, and there is some open space for the running of the tailback Arian Foster before shoved out of bounds, being shoved out of bounds about the 20-yard line. So good gain of 9 on the play for Tennessee.
Good push up front. You see Foster there using the block of his pulling guard. He gets it, bounces it to the outside, and when your safeties are coming up making tackles on first down running plays, you know that that offensive line is doing a good job occupying the defensive linemen and linebackers of that Mississippi State defense.
Single set back, they'll use motion. Will the Volunteers, second down and short. They go with Foster up the middle. It'll be close, but I believe he's got the first down. Volunteers will be just inside the 20. Anthony Littlejohn makes the stop for MSU. We talked stretching it out here, and it is a first down. Tennessee just by the nose of the football. The ball's now inside the 20, and Matt, you know, they're averaging 34 points a game and over 415 yards of offense is Tennessee. But they give up a lot of points. The Volunteers do. Of course, they played a couple of high-powered teams early in Cal and Florida, but they give up 33 points themselves.
Yeah, they put a lot of points up, and they've been in some high-scoring games this year, has Tennessee.
First down and 10. Ainge back to pass under a little bit of pressure, gets it into the flat, and slipping the tackle and getting down to the 10-yard line is Foster. Slipped the tackle of one of the Bulldogs who would have had him for very little gain on the play. Cheney
Titus
comes up
Brown
and makes the tackle.
Titus Brown gets loose. He goes for the run fake, then realizes the quarterback has the ball, but Ainge does a great job getting it out there, and there's the missed tackle by Littlejohn. Anthony Littlejohn, as we just mentioned, starting in place of the injured Dominic Douglas, a very good linebacker that has led this team in tackles for most of the year. So Anthony Littlejohn having some big shoes to fill and not doing a great job there on that play.
Second down and a yard to go for the Volunteers. They're at the 11, and they have a single setback with 2 wide receivers and 2 tight ends. Ames gives to that running back, and finding some yardage inside the 5-yard line is Coker, Lamarcus Coker. He is the sophomore out of Antioch, Tennessee. Had a little trouble getting on the field early in the season with some suspension, but is back now and running the ball well for the Volunteers.
Look at the blocking up front. There's Dominic Douglas actually in the game now, getting in on that tackle, but the right side of the line of scrimmage just caved in by that Tennessee offensive line, making room for that run.
Tennessee now inside the 5-yard line. First and goal. Roll out is Ainge, and wide open out in the flat with the touchdown is Luke Stocker. Brown, Chris Brown with the reception. That is his 5th touchdown of the season. The senior out of Destrehan, Louisiana, pulls it in for the Volunteers.
Chris Brown, the halfback slash tight end, coming in motion and getting the play action pass for the touchdown. Brown is a senior, one of 3 seniors starting on this offense, along with Eric Ainge. And boy, Ainge and Brown capping off a great drive to start this game for the Volunteers.
And Matt, that was a case of that play running just like you draw it up.
Absolutely wide open.
Yeah. The point after is up, and it is good off the foot of Daniel Lincoln, the freshman who's been perfect on field goals and extra points this year. Tennessee with the lead, 7-0 over Mississippi State with 9 minutes remaining in the first quarter. We'll be back with more right here on CSS, your source for Southeast sports. High formation behind the quarterback, Carroll. And they're going to give it to Dixon, right side. He'll gain maybe a yard on the play, not much more, as the entire front 7 of Tennessee gets in and gets involved on that, led by Xavier Mitchell. Mitchell, the youngster, if you'll remember, out of Long Beach, Mississippi, in that opener against Cal, got hit really hard. Was taken off the field on a stretcher, very serious early season injury, and ended up just being a stinger. But they took all the precautions, of course, and thank goodness he was able to continue with his career. Leading the way there for the Volunteers, second down and long. Carroll, straight back. Looks to the flat, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. Marsalis Johnson on defense. Aubrey Bell, the receiver, who came into his belly but then bounced out.
Get that thing, a little bit of sense of urgency there.
So that puts MSU in a 3rd and 10. Carroll looking across the middle, has a receiver. That's Tony Burks. Tony inside the 10, touchdown MSU.
And one of the first guys that's going to go down and congratulate him is quarterback Wesley Carroll. The true freshman gets his first career touchdown pass, and it's one that might tie the game against the Tennessee Volunteers, a team that he grew up rooting for. Wesley Carroll grew up a huge Tennessee fan.
38-yard touchdown pass here, Matt.
Great time up front. Deliver the football. Tony Burks gets from one side of the field to the other, gets lost in the play. Carroll finds him, and great blocking upfield. Receivers don't make yards after the catch unless they get a little help from their other receiver counterparts, making some great blocks.
Carlson does, in fact, convert the point after, and we're knotted up at 7. MSU 7, Tennessee 7. It's all knotted up at 7 here in the first quarter. The Bulldogs enjoying the ball game. That 38-yard touchdown pass from Carroll to Burke, the longest passing TD of the year for Mississippi State. Lamarcus Coker is going to take the kickoff at the 7-yard line. He'll come back up the middle, has a seam, gets across the 30 before being swarmed to the ground and ridden down up close to the 35-yard line. Tennessee will have excellent field position to open this drive.
And boy, Coker had a seam, and if DeMario Bobo doesn't get a hand on his waist and kind of just grab onto his belt and hang on, man, that's going to be a big return. Bobo saved some big yards with the one-arm tackle there, just kind of hanging on.
So the Volunteers Much better field position than they had last time. Ainge, as you see, 4 of 6 with a touchdown so far today. He'll have a single setback and 4 wide receivers, 2 on each side. And he'll look at a 4-man front of MSU in a 7-7 ball game. Ainge straight back on the slip screen and being hit and ridden down to the ground for Tennessee. Briscoe, Josh Briscoe, the junior, on that play will be 2nd down and long for Tennessee. Same formation with 4 wide. Ainge calling out his instructions to his offense. Looks over the middle, and the pass is going to be complete, but hit and stopped immediately by Dominic Douglas is Lucas Taylor. It was Douglas and Johnson again in there on the stop. Taylor with the reception out of Carencro, Louisiana.
Dominic Douglas did not start the game for Mississippi State, but after the scoring drive for Tennessee and a couple of missed tackles by Anthony Littlejohn, they immediately run number 10 back out on the field.
Had to get him out there. Tennessee 1 out of 2 on 3rd down conversions today. It's 3rd and about 6. And they'll use the same 4 wide out formation for Eric Ainge. And the ball is snapped. He wasn't ready for that. He'll have to dive on it.
That UT offense.
Colquitt set to punt for Tennessee from their own 29. And it's Pegues back deep. He gets a foot under this one. Pegues will let it hit at the 29, and then he's going to field it at the 21 on the bounce and gets maybe 2 yards on the return. Does Derek Pegues. Scholarships offered while they're in the cradle, I would imagine. High formation for MSU. We're in a 7-7 ball game. Carroll working at quarterback. He's gone the distance, and he'll give it to the deep back. And cutting off the left side, really not getting much at all on the yardage as Justin Williams runs into a wall of Tennessee defenders. Stop for no gain. Marcellus Johnson out of Smyrna, Tennessee leads the way.
Well, Mississippi State, they've run the football all year long. That's where they've found success, and because of injuries at quarterback, they've been unable to have any success throwing the ball. But today, the offensive yards have come through the air.
Yep. Tennessee, a squad that averages giving up about 165 yards on the ground. And right there, they're going to give up just a couple on the draw play.
Yeah, and that draw play has been good to Mississippi State. We haven't seen Christian Dupree, number 29, the tailback for Mississippi State, get any carries yet in this game. But earlier in the year and in the win over Auburn, he ran the draw play several times to perfection, even when the defense knew he was going to get a draw. And speaking of that, here you are, 3rd and 10. You got a tie game. Ball's on your own 23-yard line. Maybe you run the draw here, because if you don't, they know you're going to throw.
Well, Dupree again not in there. Bulldogs 3 out of 5 on 3rd down today. He was in a 2-back set earlier, but did not run the ball. We haven't seen him since. Carroll looks to his left. They run the Utah pass to Williams. Williams will have 1st down yardage. Gets up across the 35 to the 8. Justin Williams on the old Utah pass. Nice execution from the freshman Carroll.
And a great play call by there. And boy, when that 1st down happened, they were a happy bunch.
Now Anthony Dixon will take it up the middle, and he'll almost get another 1st down across the 45 before Rico McCoy trips him up.
Young guys on the field really getting it done in the early part of this game for MSU.
2nd down and short. Dixon gets around the right side. He'll get that 1st down. He's across the 40 and run out of bounds at the 39-yard line of Tennessee. Brent Benson gets him out of bounds, but not before Dixon has another Bulldog 1st down. Exactly. Excellent running by the youngster, Anthony Dixon. He's the single setback behind Carroll. And they'll give it to him once again. Right side, trying to get to the corner. Not as much success this time. Pickup of 1, maybe 2. There is a flag. Late flag came in on the play. Rico McCoy, maybe with a late hit. We'll see. But about Dixon. But every game you see improvement in another area of his running.
Yeah, he gets better and better. And that's the whole key, is to continue to progress and be a better back every practice, every game. And he's been able to do that.
This time it is Dupree in the backfield. Christian Dupree. They run that draw off the left side. He gets tripped up across the 30 Actually, that's where they're going to spot it, so still short of the first down as Elix Wilson from the middle linebacker position is in on the stop.
And I don't want to jinx the Mississippi State offense here by talking about this, but they have done a great job of not turning the football over when they get close to the red zone.
Well, that ends the first quarter. The Bulldogs in the middle of a nice drive and a 7-7 ball game. We'll be back with more here on CSS. And a little less than 2 as the Bulldogs on this drive have been able to run the ball fairly well against this Tennessee defense, and they'll come out with an I formation and one wide receiver. Wesley Carroll looks over a 5-man front of the Volunteers. They're going to give to the deep back. Dixon around left side. He'll have the first down. He's inside the 10. Touchdown, Mississippi State.
Wow. There's that great cut getting back inside. I tell you what, the big guy, Anthony Dixon, teased the defender of Tennessee to think he was going to try to go to the sideline, and then he cuts it back in. It's the wide stretch play. Follow your fullback, tease him out, set up the block by Eric Hoskins, the walk-on fullback, and then outrun the linebacker to the sideline. Get to the sideline, turn it up, touchdown. I tell you what, Mississippi State has responded in a huge way after Tennessee put up the first points in this game.
They sure did. Tennessee had the long drive, got the early 7-0 lead, but the Bulldogs have responded with 2 touchdowns and now 2 extra points, and the Bulldogs lead it with 14:52 remaining in the half, 14-7 over the Tennessee Volunteers. We'll be back with the Bulldog kickoff after this here on CSS. Montario Hardesty comes into the backfield for the first time today. The sophomore out of New Bern, North Carolina, is the lone setback behind Eric Ames, and he will get the ball on the delay off the right side. Hardesty across the 25, fighting hard, and there's a mass of humanity there, and the play will be stopped at the 29 with Derek Pegues coming up from the free safety position to lead the way.
The sophomore guard for Tennessee, Vladimir Richard, did a nice job on Titus Brown. Came out and just kind of got his big body on the lighter defensive end and just completely knocked him out of the way and sprung that run out of the backfield. That's a good job by the sophomore guard, 51, Vladimir Richard.
Again with the single setback for Tennessee, a 4-man defensive front by the Bulldogs. That's what Ames is looking at, and he'll give to Hardesty again, trying to get around the left side. He does get to the corner and will have the first down. And more up near the 40. They'll place it at the 30, let's see, the 39-yard line, it looks like.
This time it's the other guard, Jock McClendon, 65. There he goes. Get on the linebacker, Jamar Chaney. Was he holding? Well, I don't know. I don't think it mattered because by the time he made the lick, the back Hardesty had already gotten to the outside, but the big guard there, McClendon, pulls around, gets into the linebacker, and springs the run. Good job, 65.
So Tennessee going with the rushing attack with Hardesty here, gets the ball up to the 38-yard line. Single setback again to Hardesty, and off the right tackle, not as much this time. Gets across the 40 to the 42, so a pickup of about 4 on the play. And Hardesty has come in, was dropped by Jamar Chaney there, and he's been a workhorse. 3 straight plays, 3 straight carries, and good pickup each time.
Yeah. And nice job there. They play 4 backs. They use 4 backs out of the backfield. Hardesty, one of those. He's got 2 touchdowns in the year.
We've seen Coker. We've seen the starter, Arian Foster. Lennon Creer we've seen on special teams, but not in the backfield as of yet. I formation. 2nd down and 7 for Tennessee. Play action. Ames looking in the flat. Will have a receiver catching it and being run out of bounds. Austin Rogers with the reception. We'll see where the spot is. Looks like they gave him the first down. Yes, just across the marker. Anthony Johnson runs him out of bounds.
Play action pass, plenty of time to throw, and a nice route on the outside. A squirrel route, or it's one of those where you come in and then turn and go back outside. That positions the corner, Anthony Johnson, number 11, to the inside towards the middle of the field. Receiver goes back out, makes the first down.
So another first down for the Volunteers has them just shy of midfield. Again with the play action. Ames looking deep. He's got a man open, making the catch, going in for the score for Tennessee. Lucas Taylor, number 12, a 51-yard pitch and catch for the Volunteers, and they're within a point of the Bulldogs.
You can't throw it any better, and you can't run a better route. Taylor just completely gets behind the corner. Marcus Washington, a sophomore for MSU. Play action fake, and look at this throw. Not a perfect spiral, doesn't have to be because he hits his receiver, Taylor, in a dead run. Just could not have walked out there and handed it to him any better to give him a chance to make a score. If that ball is underthrown at all, it may be a completion, but it's not going to be a touchdown.
Right.
But the perfect throw makes 6 points just like that.
Just let him in stride. Now Daniel Lincoln comes on to attempt the point after. The hold is down and the kick is up. It's good. And we're all knotted up at 14 apiece with 8 minutes remaining in the first half here at Scott Field. Tennessee 14, MSU 14. Stay with us. We'll be back with more on CSS, your source for Southeast sports. Single setback formation for the Bulldogs. And they're going to give it to Dixon. Dixon breaks off the right side. He'll get about 3 on the play as Gerard Mayo, the middle linebacker, comes up to make the stop.
Mayo saves a big play here with this tackle. He sees the misdirection, sees what's happening, and then able to get to Dixon. But still a nice gain on first down. See Mayo there? He gets past Blackledge. That's the center trying to get the block and then goes and runs it down. But still a nice play. Mississippi State makes 3 yards on first down. That's the whole key to their offensive success, is a few yards positively on first down.
Now an offset eye. They give to Dixon again, left side. He tries to turn it up, but really nowhere to go as the Tennessee defense comes up strong. Maybe a yard gain on the play, but that's going to be it. Little pushing and shoving on the Powell there as they try to unravel things, but a good defensive stop for the Volunteers. They do give him a gain of a yard, so it'll be 3rd and 6. Coming in there, Dan Williams leading the charge from his defensive tackle position. He's the sophomore out of Memphis.
We saw Mississippi State back in the first quarter get a big-time 3rd down conversion in a throwing situation, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7, by running the little shovel pass inside. Right. We got Carroll in the shotgun again here. They could run it again.
Key 3rd down in the ball game. Just under 3 minutes to go. Carroll back to pass. Looks over the middle and throws it at the feet of his intended receiver, Bell. Got it a little behind him and a little low there. And it looked like Bell might have had room to run if he made the catch, but the pass didn't connect. Yeah,
pressure in the face of Wesley Carroll. You see there, he sees white jerseys coming at him, and just as he gets it away, somebody has beaten Royce Blackledge. It's 55, Dan Williams, who gets there. And, you know, Wesley Carroll has done a pretty good job for a young guy, a true freshman. I sound like a broken record of just not turning the football over, not making bad decisions, and keeping his offense in it.
Short punt off the foot of Blake McAdams to the 45 as Hefney lets it bounce, and it'll stay there at the 45. So just a 31-yard punt off the foot of McAdams. Sets Tennessee up, as you were talking about just a few minutes ago. If the Bulldogs not able to convert, having to get it back to Tennessee with excellent field position, and that's exactly what's happened here. Yeah, the punting battle there on those 2 back-to-back possessions went to Colquitt for Tennessee. Pins Mississippi State deep. They can't get a first down, so they punt. Poor punt. Now has Tennessee set up in great field position with 2:40 remaining till half. Yeah, 2:40 is a lifetime for this Tennessee offense, with Ames in the shotgun surveying a 3-man defensive front. He's going to throw it across the middle, a little bit behind his receiver, Taylor. But Taylor adjusted well and made the catch before Gabe O'Neill ran him out of bounds. You know, and you can kind of see how Tennessee has been able to only give up 2 sacks in 5 games, and now in another half of another game, because Ames gets rid of the football. He just doesn't hold it long at all. He wastes no time, and when you have speedy receivers, they use a lot of guys. If you can get the ball in their hands early, they're capable of making runs after the catch. And I tell you, Ames is having a great year, a great day here today. Well, after the 8-yard pickup at 2nd and 2, they put Ames on the move, and he's going to hit the receiver out on the right side. The completion to Rogers. Austin Rogers will give Tennessee a first down. Anthony Johnson makes the stop, and he gets knocked out of bounds. And as they move the chains, it'll stop the clock at 2:29. Again, time really not of the essence. David Cutcliffe, the offensive coordinator for Tennessee, he's been in this situation many, many times and has a number of plays that they can go to in getting down the field under 3 minutes. Mississippi State has gone to a 3-man front on defense, and those guys are going to have to start getting some pressure on Ames in order to get a stop. They're going to run the draw play to Foster off the right side, and he'll get pushed out of bounds inside the 40 at about the 38-yard line. Jamar Chaney from his middle linebacker position makes the stop. This offense of Tennessee versus this Mississippi State defense are very similar in that both sides only start 3 seniors on the field. Everybody else that you're seeing on the field now, all sophomores and juniors.
both teams are building and trying to crescendo in a couple of years with a whole lot of seniors next year and the year after that, but still two relatively young teams on the field right now.
Second down from the 39 for the Volunteers. Foster, the setback. They got a direct snap to Foster, and he's got a hole. He'll run up the middle, makes a cut at the 20, inside the 10, and stopped around the 9-yard line. The direct snap to the lone setback Foster. Gabe O'Neill finally tracks him down. But boy, they set that play up nicely, and Foster took advantage.
Great call, David Cutcliffe over here. The direct snap to Foster, the up back. And look at Briscoe right there. The receiver come in and make the block on Keith Fitzhugh. That makes about 3, 4, 5 more yards at the end of this run. So receivers involved blocking downfield equals big runs for Arian Foster.
From the 39 down to the 9, so a gain of 30 on the play. For the Volunteers, they have a first and goal from just inside the 10-yard line. Ainge under center. Again on the delay. Foster, he'll get maybe a yard on the play as he stumbles across the 10. It'll be second down. Tim Bailey, the junior college transfer out of Mississippi Delta, came in last year for the Bulldogs, in on the stop. Bill Fulmer, his squad with a second and goal from the 9, looking for more points in a tie ball game. We're under 2 minutes before the half, and the Volunteers looking to take it into the end zone. Ainge under center. Quick drop, looks in the end zone, and in and out of the hands of a wide open Austin Rogers. He broken behind the defender, Matt, was wide open in the end zone. The pass was on the button, but he couldn't hold it in.
One of the reasons he was able to break is because Ainge has all day long to wait and throw. Man, is Rogers going to be seeing that one tonight. When he closes his eyes, he'll be thinking, man, I could have had 6 points and they would have highlighted my touchdown catch on CSS, and I dropped it. He'll get another chance.
That's right. It'll be third down now. Third down now for the Volunteers and goal. They've got 4 men on the defensive front for the Bulldogs, trying to get pressure on Ainge. They'll take the snap in the shotgun, move to his left. He's under pressure, throws it out of bounds, and is going to be hit. And if the pass goes incomplete, Austin Rogers, the intended receiver, Cheney was in there, putting some pressure on him, along with, I believe it was, is it Hannibal or Brown? We'll have to check that on the replay. But good pressure, first time today. They've had some excellent pressure on Ainge.
And the first guy there is Jamar Cheney, middle linebacker. Avery Hannibal loses his footing at the line of scrimmage, and there comes Cheney, and that's what forces the throw. And as you say, the only way that Tennessee is going to be slowed down at all on offense is if somebody learns how to get in the backfield and force early throws and bad throws from Eric Ainge. Otherwise, if he has time, he's going to march them down the field all day long.
Douglas with the field goal attempt is off left, no good. He had been perfect on the year, the freshman for the Volunteers. I said Douglas, that was Lincoln, of course. Daniel Lincoln misses the field goal, so the Bulldogs miss a golden opportunity, and Mississippi State will bring Mike Hennig in with 1:28 to go here in the first half. Hennig, the starter at the beginning of the year for Mississippi State, has had the broken hand, came in last week in 2 series, threw a couple of interceptions, and Hennig with the very strong arm on this quarterback crew, and they're going to hand it off on first down. Dixon, nowhere to go, hides behind a couple of blockers, and then finally bounces outside for a gain of 1.
I'll tell you what, he sure was working hard just to make a couple of yards on that play. Yeah, but Hennig getting in the game, it's a little bit of a puzzle. You know, is Wesley Carroll hurt or what's going on? He's thrown a lot of picks. You see the numbers there. He's still, with those 385 yards, is Mississippi State's leading passer this year.
By over 100 yards.
Yeah.
And the thought process here, maybe with a minute to go, if you're going to take a deep shot, Hennig, of course, with the stronger arm of the 2 quarterbacks. And we'll see if that's in the thought process of the coaching staff of the Bulldogs. They come out in a running formation, the I formation, behind Hennig. And he will give it off to Dixon left side, and he's going to be hit and dropped about the 21. No gain on the play as McCoy comes up, the Washington, D.C. native, to make the stop.
Now, a lot of the fans in the stands want to know why they're seeing Hennig in there. I think Wesley Carroll is being looked at and tended to down here on the sideline, right at about the 50-yard line on the Mississippi State side. He's got about 4 or 5 different, looks like trainers leaned in there talking to him, so he may be having some kind of problem.
So the Bulldogs going with Hennig here to wrap up the first half. There's Carroll on the sideline there, and as you say, he's totally surrounded by the training staff.
Yeah. And, you know, he took a shot. He took a couple of shots during his last couple of series.
That's Dr. Bob Collins talking with him.
Dr. Collins been around Mississippi State for a long time, but yeah, they're looking very intently at something going on over here with number 13. And I tell you what, if he suffers an injury, you really don't know what else to say about the bad luck of the Mississippi State quarterbacks the last couple of years. Yeah, this year, Hennig, a broken hand against Auburn. Then Riddle, a blown-out knee after playing well against South Carolina. And here the young freshman getting a start playing great, and they have some type of injury.
38 seconds remaining in the half. It's 3rd and 10 for the Bulldogs. It'll be Dixon off the right side, and the Bulldogs get nothing out of this series, and it'll be 32 seconds left. They're going to have to punt it away to Tennessee, and the Volunteers will get a shot with under 30 seconds remaining on the clock in the first half.
And Tennessee uses a timeout to make sure they get all of that time if they can muster the 32 seconds remaining before Mississippi State has to punt it away.
Adams comes out with the line of scrimmage at the 21-yard line to punt it away. Hefney is back deep for Tennessee, and the Volunteers hoping to get some good field position here. McAdam gets it off. It's a low line drive, and Hefney will take it just short of the 40-yard line. Dances, gets to the open, gets to the sidelines. He's got lots of room, and it's going to be pushed out of bounds at the 25-yard line. There is a flag upfield at about the 45. We'll see. That may be coming back for the Volunteers. If not, they are certainly set up to put points on the board with 20 seconds remaining in the half.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, that was a great job by Hefney setting up that return. He caught it, made everyone think he's going to return it to the left side of the field, and then cuts
during the
back.
return, illegal block in the back, number 38 on the receiving team. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, first down.
So it was, in fact, against the Volunteers, and that'll push them back across midfield.
It's a huge break for Mississippi State. A tough one for Tennessee. Man, you get the great return. You're almost already in field position in field goal position after the return, and now you got to go all the way back on your side of the field to start.
For 20 seconds remaining, Tennessee with 3 wide receivers left. Ames will be in the shotgun, and the Volunteers are going to look to strike with just a few ticks remaining on the clock here in the first half and a tie ball game. Ames looks downfield, throws an intermediate pass about the 36 and run out of bounds is the receiver. That was Taylor, Lucas Taylor pulling it in. Excellent pitch and catch for Ames.
Excellent time up front. 3-man rush. They blocked Titus Brown. They blocked McCraney and the other defensive end, and plenty of time to get out there to the left. And I tell you what, Ames, he could have even run for the first down, as much room as he had out in front, but made a good decision and a good throw. They are in business now with 13 seconds remaining.
2 wide receivers right, 1 to the left for the Volunteers. Now just 13 seconds remaining on the clock. Ames with the single set back beside him, and the Bulldogs look like they'll come with 4 on the pressure. Ames eludes 1 tackler, moves to his right, and in and out of the hands of his intended receiver, the running back Arian Foster.
If you stand up there and stalemate with those offensive linemen, Eric Ames is going to get it done. That was a big-time play, but at a big time for Titus Brown, even though it won't show up in the statistics, a big play because it forces the incompletion, and now you get the field goal.
And Lincoln will kick it. They'll spot it at the 37. It'll be a 47-yard attempt. That is the length of his longest one on the season. He's 0 for 1 today, but that one is true as Daniel Lincoln matches his season-long of 47 yards and gives the Volunteers the 17-14 lead with 2 seconds remaining in the half. Lincoln had come into today, Matt, 8 for 8 in the field goal department. The true freshman for the Volunteers, and he's 1 for 2 today. That
one would have been good from a long way. I tell you, the big flag here at the stadium showing that he had a little bit of wind helping him, but not a lot. Give the credit on that one to the young freshman, just booming it right through middle of the uprights.
Tennessee set to kick off. Justin Williams back deep with 2 seconds on the clock. We're going to get a number, and it is going to be fielded up short by Arnell Stallworth, and he'll just go to a knee. And that'll run out the clock, and the Bulldogs and the Volunteers will go in at the half with the score. Tennessee 17, Mississippi State 14. We'll be back with the second half of action here in Starkville on CSS, your source for Southeast sports. Second half of action, the 25th ranked Tennessee Volunteers leading Mississippi State 17-14 right here on CSS. Steve Ellis along with Matt Wyatt set to bring you the second half of action. And Adam Carlson will kick it off for the Bulldogs. Rogan will take it at the 10-yard line, comes up to the right side, hit, gets across the 30 and dropped at the 33. Taking a look at the first half highlights, Matt. Tennessee pass, Mississippi State pass.
Yeah, Ainge gets his 11th touchdown pass of the season. Wesley Carroll gets his first. And then Anthony Dixon springs it outside and gives Mississippi State a 14-0 lead. But Tennessee ties it right back. Perfect go route, perfect throw, and then the late field goal, a 47-yarder, makes it 17-14 at half, Tennessee.
The big direct snap to Arian Foster late in the first half was very key for the Volunteers, setting up their ability to go ahead late in the first half, and that's where we are, 17-14, first drive of the second half, and slipping, losing his footing is Arian Foster on the first down play. At the half, the stats, Bulldogs ahead in rushing yards, Tennessee in the passing yards. You see the totals there, about 62 yards difference. First downs, pretty equal. No turnovers in the contest. That's been key, and time of possession fairly equal as well.
And that's why we have a three-point game. You know, both teams really playing solid football, and it's almost a thing of who has the ball last. You know, so far both teams been able to take it to each other.
Gain of 2, second down, pass over the middle is complete to Austin Rogers. Nope, they're going to say he let go of the ball. Gabe O'Neill was on the defense, and so it'll bring up a third down for Tennessee.
Mississippi State's come out with 4 defensive linemen trying to get a push at the line of scrimmage, and low and away, Austin Rogers makes a good effort to try to get the football, but you can see there it comes out, brings up a third and about 8.
Volunteers just 1 of 6 on third down conversions today. Third down, 8 yards to go for the Volunteers here early in the second half. Ainge in the shotgun, and he's going to come up, change the play against a 3-man defensive front of the Bulldogs. We'll see what he gambles and calls. He's going to throw on the right side. The completion is there, and getting the first down before being run out of bounds is the receiver. That's Briscoe, Josh Briscoe with the reception.
Briscoe's one-on-one against Demario Bobo. He comes inside and kind of slams into Bobo and then goes back out to the outside. That created the separation. Come inside like you're going to run a little short hook route, collision him, and then go back out. And gets a big catch there for a first down.
Briscoe having a nice year for the Volunteers. They'll have first down at their own 46-yard line. Run the stretch play to Foster. Foster with a big hole. Now he's going to cut back. He's got a lot of green in front of him. The Bulldogs have the angle of pursuit and will push him out just shy of the 15-yard line as Jasper O'Quinn gets there. But that's 2 big runs on the day for Arian Foster that have set Tennessee up in great field position.
Can you say speed?
Yeah.
And look at 75 with the big block there for Tennessee. Great block, and then here comes Foster out the other side. And tell you what, Tennessee gets the ball first here in the second half with a 3-point lead already. Man, they can really kind of grab hold of the reins of this game with a score here.
First down at the 15-yard line. Hardesty is the lone setback now for the Volunteers. Ames looks to the sideline to get his play. Bulldogs working with a 4-man front now. Ames again on the stretch, goes to Hardesty. He tries to cut back, won't be able to do so. Gets a couple on the play before Titus Brown makes the stop for the Bulldogs.
Avery Hannibal, 51 there, the defensive end on the right side of the defensive line for Mississippi State, jumps to the outside and kind of beats the block and forces that run back in where he's got some help. Still a pretty good first down play, but if Hardesty, as quick as he is, if he gets to the outside there, he may have 6.
So it'll be second down. The ball is on the 12 for the Volunteers. They can get a first down right at the 5-yard marker. Ames again changing the play. Ball's up by 3 and looking to score again here early in the second half. And now we've got a flag. Illegal motion against Tennessee. A little bit of a scrum in the middle there as well. Mississippi State's Jesse Bowman and one of the Tennessee linemen having a chit-chat.
Delay of game. Offense, 5-yard penalty.
All right, no motion, delay of game,
down.
and you wouldn't expect that from the senior quarterback.
No, I tell you, that'll just make you, as an offensive coach, pull your hair out. And as a quarterback, that's one of those things that's such a simple thing. Most quarterbacks, that really gets under their skin when they let that happen and don't see it, don't call a timeout, or just kind of lackadaisical. That's a bad penalty against UT.
So back to the 17 now, makes it a 2nd and 12. Ames looks to the end zone, and it's going to fall incomplete. Tipped in the end zone by DeMond Glanton. Intended for Taylor, Lucas Taylor.
A little bit of a miscommunication there. Taylor is trying to get to the outside, expecting the ball over the other shoulder on the outside. Meanwhile, the ball is thrown inside. You see Taylor, he's got to turn back around. That's kind of a dangerous throw, and DeMond Glanton had a chance maybe if he could have kept his feet and maybe mistimed his jump a little bit on that play. Almost an interception.
Yeah, and Fitzhugh was back there on the coverage on the receiver, so not good communication, as you say, between Ames and his receiver. It's 3rd down now and 12 yards to go. Ames again looking towards the end zone, and it's almost intercepted again as he throws it high for Austin Rogers, but a couple of late flags. And it looks like we might have a personal foul.
Yeah, it may be a late hit. That might be actually the call. If the ball went through and was already, past the receiver, and then the hit came in, we'll kind of have to see here. Meanwhile, the Tennessee receiver still down on the field. Yeah, the ball comes through, and then there's the lick. It's a bang-bang play. DeMond Glanton, though, has got to keep his head up and see. He's got to see that the receiver doesn't have the ball, because it happened right in front of the official. And, if I'm the guys wearing the stripes, I'm pretty sure I'd throw the flag as well.
Yeah. Let's get the
After
explanation.
The play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 8 on the defense. Half the distance to the goal, first down.
You're going to see it again here, and not only does Glanton hit him late, but he lowers the head as he goes into him. And the receiver just standing there.
Yeah.
Gets the shoulder right up under the chin strap.
And we have a lot of boos coming out from these Mississippi State fans. They see the replay on the Jumbotron. It's one of those things where the receiver is not on the ground yet. He's not even come down for making an attempt at the ball. And I tell you, it is a little bit questionable. I think it just depends on kind of whose standpoint you're looking at it from. If you put yourself in the shoes of DeMond Glanton, the safety, you're going in there trying to break up a possible touchdown, and how do you know to let up? I don't know. It's pretty tough.
Judgment called by the official, and it goes Tennessee's way, and that will give Tennessee a 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. So they'll get 4 cracks inside the 10-yard line to put points on the board. You can see the officials talking to Sylvester Kroon now, and I'm sure he's saying exactly what you were saying, Matt. Yeah. The receiver off the field, his feet up in the air.
Yeah. It's questionable. Is it malicious? Was it bad intent? I mean, football's a rough game. DeMond Glanton's one of those guys who has kind of made a name for himself around Starkville, even in the spring game, laying out his own teammates, with big hits. And I don't know, that's a tough one to judge there.
Well, it goes Tennessee's way, and they'll have a 1st and goal from the 8. They come up in a power formation with 2 tight ends, and they give it to Hardesty, left side. He's inside the 5, fights hard, fumbles the ball in the end zone, and we'll see who comes up on top of it.
You're saying he was down. You're going to say he was down at the 1. The line judge that's on the Tennessee sideline came in, has got his foot spotted.
And now they're saying a touchdown. The umpire's calling for a touchdown.
Wow, well, they've got 2 or 3 guys down there that are not on the same page as far as the officials are concerned. But here you see the play. It's going the other way. Is his knee down at the 1-yard line or not? He's down there, and the ball's not out yet.
So So second and goal from the 1. And as you say, Tennessee went in with that late field goal, got the 3-point halftime lead, and they've done exactly what they wanted to do in getting second half possession. Nice drive down the field, setting themselves up for the possible extension of the lead here, getting more than the 3 as they are second and goal from the 1.
I'll tell you something that's easy to forget here is that we're good ways into the third quarter, and Mississippi State has not even had the football. He's clocking the third quarter to start the second half.
Power formation. Going to the right side. They'll give to the deep back, and diving over and scoring is Arian Foster. As he just stuck that ball out there, he was clearly in the end zone, and Tennessee has an opportunity to go up by 10 after the point after attempt.
Nice push up front. When you're only a yard away, you don't have to get much of a push in time for Foster to be able to get up over the top and stretch the ball out there, and that's what he does. Touchdown, Tennessee. Boy, what a great drive to start the second half for Tennessee. I know Coach Fulmer and Coach Cutcliffe, that's exactly what they talked about they needed in that locker room coming out to jump out to a 10-point lead, and now it's the homestanding Bulldogs who've got to try to make a comeback.
Lincoln comes out to attempt the point after. The kick is up, and it's good. Our score, Tennessee 24, MSU 14 with 12-12 remaining in the third quarter. We'll be back with MSU's possession right here on CSS. 24-14 now. Tennessee on top of Mississippi State. The Volunteer cheerleaders happy there with the 10-point lead, but as you've said over and over, Matt, plenty of time left in this ball game. The kick is going to be taken up at the 10-yard line. Lance Long gets out to the sidelines across the 35, the 40, and is going to be marked out of bounds. Actually, they're marking short of the 40, about the 38-yard line, and that's where the Bulldogs will have first and 10.
It's a nice return. Lance Long is actually the up back, but decides to take it and has a little bit of a return set up to the left. Good block by 30, Arnell Stallworth, to get him to the sideline. A nice spin move to make maybe a couple of more yards, but good play there.
So the Bulldogs will come out, and Wesley Carroll, who missed the last series offensively for MSU at the end of the first half, is back out there. Haven't gotten a report on what was wrong with him, but he is back on the field, and the Bulldogs will have a single setback in Anthony Dixon, the sophomore running back. Straight back to pass is Carroll. He gets Tony Burke. Burke's across the 45, out to the 47-yard line. Gain of close to 10 on the play.
That's a good play call on first down because you're on the left hash and you throw a stop route to the left sideline. It's a short throw. The young freshman able to just step back and drill it out there, get it there before the corner can make a play on the ball and give Burks another catch. Good first down play call.
Carroll, 9 of 17, 101 yards in the first half. Had the one touchdown, his first touchdown pass of the year. And the Bulldogs did get first down yardage on that, so they have a first and 10 now at their own 47. Again, Dixon, the lone setback. Four-man defensive front for the Volunteers. They'll give it to Dixon. He cuts back. Really nowhere to go. Maybe a loss of a yard on the play. No,
yeah, second effort.
Excuse me. Yeah, got through there. I was looking at the wrong player.
It looked like he was down, short of the first down. Everything kind of stopped for a minute. He just keeps on driving, That's one of the things, every time we do a game, we see Anthony Dixon making those second effort yards.
He picks up a yard there. He needs 3 more yards today to surpass his freshman total, which was 668 yards. He gained more yards last year as a freshman than any Bulldog freshman in history. And he's already surpassed his touchdown total, has 10 now. They'll give to Dixon. He gets across midfield. Across the 45 down to about the 43-yard line. So now he has surpassed that mark and is up close to first down territory for the Bulldogs. And so important here, Matt, for Mississippi State now down by 10. Whichever way they get down the field, pass, run, combination of both, they've got to respond to the Tennessee touchdown.
Yeah, you got to score points because Tennessee's offenses look like they're going downhill all day long. They can just flat out get it done throwing the football and using the pass to set up the big runs by Arian Foster.
Second down and 2. Dixon right side jumps over the line and will be close to the first down before being wrapped up by the Volunteer defense.
Yeah, it's really close. They're probably going to have to measure that one.
McCoy and Hefney and Bolden all in there for the Volunteers. Dan Williams as well. Anthony Strouder leading the way.
Yeah, and I tell you, he's 240 pounds, and He's got a whole lot better chance of grinding out those yards if he keeps those feet on the ground, but it's probably a good move on that play, being aware of where the first down marker is. He's kind of lunging up there trying to get that first down.
He earns it. Bulldogs just outside the 40-yard line of the Tennessee Volunteers. You see there, 8 yards shy of 100 on the day for Dixon. Lone setback again. Bulldogs with 3 wide receivers. Carroll, 3-step drop, slant over the middle. Burks, completion, down to the 20.
Outstanding play. There you see Mississippi State again here throwing the football on first down, something they did very little of in the first half, and all year long haven't thrown it much on first down. Just a 3-step drop for the quarterback and hit the slant route. I'll tell you what, during the second half of the season a year ago, number 4, Tony Burks, came alive for this offense, caught some big throws from Michael Hennig a year ago to kind of get the passing game going. And today we've seen Burks with some big catches, including the big touchdown. He's starting to come to life a little bit here today.
Gain of 19 on the play gives the Bulldogs a first down at the 21. Dixon, left side, tries to break into the opening, gets down to the 17, so a gain of 4 on the play.
That's a nice tackle there for Tennessee. Eric Berry coming up and probably stopping a touchdown. You see Berry come in there, 14, jump in there and wrap up. Dixon had visions of touchdowns in his head. He's thinking, if I can high step through that tackle, I'll be gone. But Berry wraps him up. Good play.
We've heard a lot of good things about Eric Berry as well. Phil Fulmer has said since he stepped on campus, he knew he would work himself into a starting position.
As a freshman.
Yeah, Fairburn, Georgia. Dixon again. Lone setback. Second down and 7. They'll give to him up the middle. He'll fight inside the 15 to about the 13. So a gain of about 4 on the play. MSU 15 out of 17 in red zone opportunities so far this year. 11 touchdowns and 4 field goals.
Okay, so it's going to be about 3rd down and 3. You've got the ball inside the 15. So obviously you're in comfortable field goal range, and you trail by 10. So this is a good job. Now the conversion here, if you get a 3.5-yard gain, you got a first down, 1st and goal almost. But even if you have to settle for the field goal, if you don't get the first down here, you still are putting points on the board and staying in this game.
Arnell Stallworth now the single setback alongside the quarterback. And Carroll under pressure throws to the end zone. Touchdown!
Outstanding play, Jamale Smith.
Smith in the corner of the end zone, and Carroll laid it out there.
He really did.
Only person who was going to catch that had to have been Smith, and he pulled it in the corner of the end zone for the touchdown.
And Carroll did a great job. He waits until the last minute. Here they come to get him and lets it go. There's not much room to complete it back there, but it is perfectly thrown. I tell you what, Jamale Smith, as we mentioned, we talked about Tony Burks coming to life. Jamale Smith made big catches in wins late in the season a year ago. There's a big one against Tennessee.
Point after by Carlson is good. And the Bulldogs answer here early in the second half with 8:21 remaining. It's Tennessee 24, MSU 21. We'll be back with more on CSS. 24-21, Tennessee leads Mississippi State. And the Bulldogs have responded. Each team has scored a touchdown here in the first 7 minutes of the first half. Carlson will kick off for the Bulldogs. And coming up, getting it is Greer, and it's off his shoulder. He's able to get back and pick it up, though, and being dropped around the 17-yard line. Marcus Washington comes in. That's the first time we've seen Greer get his hands on the ball today, and he didn't have him on it long.
Yeah, and he's having to run full speed up there to get to the short kick. The same thing we saw with Justin Williams from Mississippi State early in the game on a kickoff, a short one. Marcus Washington, the corner, he's given up some plays on defense. There was a big tackle on special teams.
So the Volunteers with 1st and 10, and they'll give it to Foster right up the middle. Excellent first down carry up to the 25-yard line for Arian Foster. Anthony Johnson and Gabe O'Neill on the tackle. Foster had 50 yards on 9 carries in the first half. 29 of them came on a direct snap. It was just a thing of beauty late in the first half.
Yeah, now if you're calling plays for your Mississippi State defense, you earn your money. 2nd down and 3. They got a lot of weapons out there in this kind of situation.
They'll use motion, will the Volunteers. Ames, left side. Foster again is going to be wrapped up and dropped, but not before he gets the first down. Jamon Hughes will corral him to the ground.
That's a really strong run by Foster. He knows where that stick is, and once Jamon Hughes gets there, he takes him for another 1.5 yards, and that's what he needed. Stay on your feet, keep driving, and that last little surge against Hughes is what got that first down.
So it is a first down for the Volunteers up at the 29-yard line. Ames looks to the sideline, keeps the single setback. Bulldogs have 4 men on the defensive line of scrimmage. Again, they give to the running back, and nowhere to go this time as Jamon Hughes again leads the charge for Mississippi State. Nowhere to go for Foster.
Yeah, great job by 36 Jamon Hughes. And Mississippi State finally gets a little surge at the line of scrimmage. McCraney is on that side, and that's Avery Hannibal, 51, who has pancaked an offensive lineman back there that allows Hughes to come straight into the ball carrier. So good play on first down there by Avery Hannibal, 51.
Loss of a yard on the play. Second down and 11 for the Volunteers. Again with the 4-man front, Bulldogs bring some pressure. There's a pass out in the flat. The completion for the Volunteers gets them up close to the first down.
And that's just smart football, good football, effective 3-step drop throw. Make the completion and let the receiver work after that. You know, at this level in the Southeastern Conference, senior quarterbacks are supposed to be able to do that when they need to. When you have weapons at wide receiver like Tennessee does, the corners have to respect the deep ball, so you can't jump up there and bump man when you give up those 3-step routes.
3rd and a yard for the Volunteers. High formation behind Ames. Off the right side and breaking into the open for the first down and more. Foster picks up the yardage for the Volunteers up near midfield.
At this point, you know, you just got to say that you're seeing 2 good football teams play. That's what 2 pretty good offenses as well. Jamon Hughes tries to avoid the block, but the stiff arm by Foster kind of renders it useless. You know, he gets out there, but puts a hand in the face and gets gone. And Foster may be kind of banged up a little bit at the end of that run.
At the least, he's tired. He has run the ball well here in the second half. So the Volunteers work with another first down. Looking towards the sideline, a nice completion down to Lucas Taylor, who had actually lost his footing and was kind of stumbling and bumbling down the sideline, and Ames put it right in his hands.
Perfect throw. Very similar route to the one that they scored on the long touchdown play in the first half. But this time, you're right, Steve. Foster just a little bit, or Taylor just a little bit off balance, but he hauls it in. I tell you, that's good football.
Another first down for the Volunteers. 24-21 our score. Bulldogs trying to slow down this potent offense of Tennessee. Hardesty with the carry up the middle, down to the 22-yard line. Tim Bailey makes the stop from his defensive end position, and the Bulldogs have somebody down on the field, Jasper O'Quinn. 3-point ball game with 5.5 remaining in the 3rd period. Eric Ames gives off to Hardesty, left side. He fights through the middle for first down yardage inside the 15 to the 14 before Marcus Washington. Quick hitter up the middle, and Hardesty got to the hole quickly.
He certainly did. He's full speed on about the 3rd step. A nice burst through the original line of scrimmage, and that's a nice run. When you have 4 different backs that you can use, and you use them all with confidence, that they have speed, they can play between the tackles, but they can also get outside. That's quite a weapon.
1st and 10 from the 14, single setback behind Ames. And he'll give it to Hardesty again. Right side, he'll get down to the 10. So he'll pick up a 4 on the play. Tennessee leads by 3 here. Scored on their first offensive possession. Drove it down the field to open the second half. Bulldogs countered with 7 of their own on the touchdown pass from Wes Carroll to Jamale Smith. And now Tennessee on the ensuing possession, marching it down the field yet again.
Again, they are moving it down the field, throwing the football, then they get in the red zone and then just shove it down your throat. That's what they've been able to do today.
Hardesty in the backfield. Ainge will give to him, left side. This time he'll be hit in the backfield and drop for about a 2-yard loss. Coming in for the Bulldogs, Avery Hannibal in there. Gets the initial contact.
That's a big play by Avery Hannibal there on a second down play. Drop for a loss, make it a little harder conversion. You mentioned earlier the coaches bragging on Avery Hannibal and Titus Brown. In the Auburn win for Mississippi State earlier in the year, they gave Hannibal the defensive player of the game, and I think he had one tackle, but he was in the backfield all day long.
He was harassing Brandon Cox and Cody Burns that entire game. You're right. So it's third down now. Volunteers can get a first down at the 4. Ainge looks to the corner of the end zone, and he overthrows the intended receiver. That was Lucas Taylor being covered by Marcus Washington. So it's fourth down now, and we'll see the Volunteers. They'll go for the field goal.
One-on-one coverage out there, the corner on the receiver. Plenty of time to throw the football. It's just kind of a high throw. The receiver really, never had a chance to get up that high to make the catch. And I don't know if the ball sailed on Ainge, but that's probably the first ball that's gotten away from him. A bad throw we've seen all day long.
Lincoln comes in to attempt a 29-yard field goal. He's 1 for 2 today. The one he made was from 47 yards. That's his season longest. The kick is up, and it is true. So Tennessee expands their lead by 3 and makes it a 27-21 ball game, leading Mississippi State.
Mississippi State happy with that.
Due to time constraints, we now move forward in the action.
Loss of a yard on the play makes it second down and 11 for Tennessee's Volunteers. They're up by 6. Bulldogs with 3 down linemen on this play. Ainge, straight back, throws towards the sidelines, way over the head of his intended receiver, Lucas Taylor. Avery Hannibal on the pressure from the right side of Eric Ainge.
It's Avery Hannibal that forces the incompletion. Just doing battle. Look at him at the left side of your screen. Just slap the tackle out of the way and go to the quarterback. Ainge is forced to unload it. Great play, 51. The senior, Avery Hannibal. He's a small guy, undersized, only 6'1", 240 pounds, but he's a fighter.
Again, it's third down and long. Again, the Bulldogs have 3 down linemen. A couple of linebackers up close. They'll drop off. Ainge looks to the sidelines again and fighting for it. And let's see who's got it. Who's got it? The Bulldogs intercept on the sideline at the 37-yard line. That's the initial indication. The receiver and defender fought for it. The initial indication was an interception.
And who is it?
I don't know.
It may be O'Quinn. I don't know if he's back in there. There's Avery Hannibal again, getting after the quarterback. It is O'Quinn.
Jasper O'Quinn.
And it looks like he may have been at the right place at the right time as Briscoe tries to go up over the top on the underthrown ball. A very poorly thrown pass. That's probably one of the worst throws that Ainge has made this year. Comes at a great time for O'Quinn and the Mississippi State defense. Big turnover and another opportunity for the offense.
First turnover of the day gives the Bulldogs an opportunity they've been looking for. I formation behind Carroll. They'll go to Dixon. Dixon up the middle for a couple before being slammed back. That's Gerard Mayo on the stop. O'Quinn's first career interception as an MSU Bulldog.
And he's right there with the receiver. But let's go back to Avery Hannibal. It was him once again beating the block of the tackle. He's able to get in there. Ainge senses him coming from the backside from behind and unloads it. And the ball comes out like a lame duck and is flapping around in the air. It gives O'Quinn time to get in position and haul it in.
Second down, long yardage to go for the Bulldogs. Carroll, 3-step drop, overthrows on the slant pattern, looking for Aubrey Bell. And it'll be a third and long. Bulldogs needing to make something out of this opportunity. Marcellus Johnson on the defense on that play, but they get the turnover, one they've been looking for the whole game, and now they've got to make something of it, but they've got third down and 9 at their own 39-yard line.
Demonte Bolden just plowed through J.D. Hamilton and went straight to the quarterback, and that was a 3-step drop, but Carroll got rid of in a hurry, and as soon as he did, Bolden just lowered the boom there in the backfield. Bolden turning up the heat on second down on that play.
Carroll has completed 6 of 7 passes in this half, and here he is with an important third down. Looking downfield on the move, and it's almost picked off along the sidelines. He tried to squeeze it in over Benson, but Benson got his fingertips on it. He was looking downfield for a receiver right along the sideline, Jamale Smith, but couldn't squeeze it in over the outstretched hands of Benson.
Good zone coverage. Everybody's got a spot on the field, an area of the field they've got to cover, and it's good zone coverage because there was time for Wesley Carroll to find someone, but the young freshman couldn't find anyone. A close call on the sideline there. Could have been an interception, but good defense, 2 good teams going at it here in the 4th quarter.
Blake McAdams gets his foot into it. Jonathan Hefty standing at the back at the 12-yard line. Pulls in the punt and is going to be hit and dropped around the 21.
Nice open field tackle there by Feld, Aaron Feld, the deep snapper. That's his #1 job on the team, is to get it back there to the holder on the kick, the field goals and the extra points, and get it back to the punter. But he made a big tackle on that play. Open field tackle.
Good 49-yard punt by Blake McAdams and an 8-yard return by Hefty gives them, making a 9-yard return. They're out to the 21-yard line. First down for the Volunteers. 11 and a half remaining in the ball game. 6-point lead for Tennessee. They use the single setback, but Ames is going to roll out to his left and look for and find his receiver, Taylor, over on the sideline. Close to first down yardage on the play.
Those completions underneath the coverage, underneath the cornerbacks to Taylor and to Briscoe on the outside are a result of Tennessee's ability to complete the deep ball.
That's right.
Anytime you come out, even sometimes when you attempt it and don't complete it, much less throw touchdowns on the deep ball, you force them to back up.
And a first down, make that a second down run up to the 34, gives first down yardage for Arian Foster. And Tennessee, who after 3 quarters had 18 first downs to 16 for Mississippi State, earns another one here. And they'll have it up at just short of the 35-yard line. Jesse Bowman involved with the tackle there for Mississippi State. Bulldogs come up with a 4-man defensive front. 3 linebacker set. Single set back behind Ames, and they'll give it to the running back Foster. And Foster up to the 38.
Gabe O'Neill did a great job. He's trying to get through the block of the sophomore tight end Jeff Cottom, number 80, on the right side for the defense, on the left side for the offense. Gabe O'Neill, he's outmatched as far as the on paper, the size mismatch there, but Gabe O'Neill got through the block of the big 6'8" tight end and got in there and made the tackle.
That is one big tight end, Cottom.
6'8", 260.
Second down for the Volunteers. Ames, straight back, looks for the back out of the backfield, and being smacked and not able to pull the ball in is Foster coming up. Gabe O'Neill along with Marcus Washington to lay a little wood on Foster near the sideline.
Trying to set up the screen outside, or actually, no, it's not a screen. He just has to get rid of it. Normally on a screen, the offensive linemen are going to let the pass rush go and then go try to block. That was just a case of Eric Ames thinking he can get it to Foster and make the first down, but incomplete. Fortunately for Mississippi State, now they get another shot at getting another stop on defense.
3rd and 7 for the Volunteers. They are 3 of 11 on 3rd down this afternoon. 3-man defensive front for the Bulldogs, and they're going to hand it off. And breaking into the secondary and getting the first down is going to be Foster. Demario Bobo comes up to make the stop. Foster looked like he was going to be corralled in the backfield, Matt, but made a good move to get outside.
Keith Fitzhugh, number 1 in the corner. Marcus Washington thought they had him right there. There's Fitzhugh, and the cutback inside is what makes the first down. That's experience. Foster is a junior who's had a lot of carries in some big games and big atmospheres, just like this one here today. That was a big first down run.
First down just shy of midfield for the Volunteers. Controlling the ball and the clock here in the 4th quarter with a 6-point lead. The ball set up a screen, but nicely defended. Jamon Hughes coming up from his linebacker position, and Avery Hannibal dropping off from the defensive end position. Made a nice play to stop that screen.
Yeah, Anthony Parker thinks he's got him blocked. And yeah, Parker 75, and Hughes just runs right on by him, and all Parker can do is turn around and say, look out. You know, and Parker 75, he's out on the screenplay, but if he's going to get out there and block out in front, he's got to be looking the other way. He had his back to the defense.
No gain on the play. Second down for the Volunteers. Foster back. Now they throw a middle screen, and reading that, but getting through the tackle is big number 28, Chris Brown, and Douglas had an opportunity to get him early, and he ran right through an arm tackle.
Ran right through it. Watch number 10, Dominic Douglas here for Mississippi State. Right there, can't square up and make the tackle. And let's just say this, you don't make excuses for anyone on the field. They've all got to play, but Douglas with a tweaked ankle a week ago, he might not be able to stick those feet in the ground and stop on a dime and make that tackle like he normally would.
He did miss most of the week in practice, was able to get out there in full dress on Thursday, but has been somewhat limited. So the Volunteers with another first down. They are asking Mississippi State 36. And up the middle this time, Hardesty. A yard, maybe 2 on the play at the most, before Dominic Douglas, the aforementioned linebacker, makes the tackle.
Going back to Chris Brown, 28, who made the touchdown reception on the first touchdown of the game for Tennessee. That was his 5th of the year. He's 6'3", 250 pounds. He's a senior who is a great athlete. That was the words described from Coach Cutcliffe earlier this week. He said he's not just a good athlete, he's a great athlete. And at that size, they use him all over the field.
Second down and 9 for Tennessee. Ames looking at a 4-man front. Quick pass out to the sideline. Completion is made, and up near first down yardage again is Lucas Taylor of the Volunteers, defended on the play by Derek Pegues. Quick hitter to the sideline, gets them very close to another first down. Moving the chains is what Tennessee's doing on this drive.
Yeah, and I believe Mississippi State bringing a corner blitz. That's Anthony Johnson, the corner lined up where the completion was made, and it was Pegues having to come over and make the tackle.
Third down, very short, up the gut, and getting the first down for the Volunteers before being stopped by Jamon Hughes. Tennessee with another first down, and it's Hardesty.
Demond Glanton got the worst of the lick at the first point of contact. Watch Hardesty lower your head right there, run through the tackle of Glanton, and that's exactly what he did. Glanton was on his heels and just trying to stay up, you know, when Jamon Hughes came and made the tackle finally.
Hardesty stays in. Volunteers with another first down. They give to Hardesty again, and nowhere to go on this play. Loss of maybe a yard on the play. Gabe O'Neill in on the action.
Well, if you're Tennessee, you've got a 6-point lead. So the thing to do is, yeah, you've got to be aggressive on offense. You want a touchdown. That really stretches this thing out with now 7 minutes and counting remaining in the ball game. But the last thing you want to do is get it back to Mississippi State. So play smart, no fumbles, don't make questionable throws. And if you get a field goal, you still have a 2-score lead at that point.
All right, Ames looks to the sideline. Now faces a 4-man defensive front from Mississippi State. Douglas steps up on the corner. They're going to give to Foster. Ryan around the right end, tries to get around the corner, does so, and fights down to about the 12-yard line before stepping out of bounds.
21, Austin Rogers had a good crackback block that allowed Foster to spring it to the outside. Tennessee does a nice job of playing steady, smart football. Very, very few missed assignments on that side of the ball. And it's evidenced by all the great drives they've put together today. On defense for Mississippi State, only 3 times have you stopped them from putting points on the board.
They actually got inside the 10. They're at the 9-yard line. I mistook the yard marker where the official was marking the out of bounds. So it's Tennessee, 3rd down and 3 at the 9 of Mississippi State. And back to pass. Ames looks in the flat, and it's incomplete. Just at the corner pylon, Austin Rogers, the intended receiver, and the Bulldogs' Demond Glanton in there defending, along Gabe O'Neill over there, Marcus Washington.
It's Washington, the corner, who's one-on-one and breaks it up. Nice job staying with the receiver on the out route. He's coming back right at the goal line. That is Austin Rogers. It's a pretty good throw. Rogers has to, you know, kind of let up at the end and wait on the football just a little bit. And that gives Marcus Washington time. Washington in good position there on that 3rd down play, forcing the field goal that we talked about.
They'll mark it at the 16. It'll be a 26-yard field goal attempt for Daniel Lincoln. He has 2 of 3 today. His long has been a 47. From inside the right hash mark, the kick is up, and it is good. And Tennessee makes it a 2-score game as they stretch their lead to 30-21, a 9-point lead for the Vols with only 5 remaining on the clock. 30-21, Tennessee leads Mississippi State with 5:45 remaining. David Cutcliffe, of course, the offensive coordinator for Tennessee. They've scored 30 or more points in 59 of the games since he has been the offensive coordinator back at Tennessee. The kick from Colquitt goes out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Bulldogs will have the opportunity to take it at the 35 or ask for a re-kick. And it looks like they're going to put it at the 35-yard line. Wesley Carroll set to come out. His Bulldogs trail by 9. That 29-yard field goal off the foot of Lincoln made it a 2-score game. A nice long drive by the Volunteers, man, ate up a lot of that fourth quarter.
Yeah, and Mississippi State's defense has fought and fought and fought against that Tennessee offense, but just been unable to really keep them off the scoreboard. They've done everything but keep them off the scoreboard. And this offense, one series ago, unable to make a first down, and that opened the door for Tennessee, and they stepped on through and made it a 9-point game.
So Carroll works with the single setback. Quick drop and finds his receiver, Jamale Smith, up to the 39-yard line, and he'll be dropped. Short gain on the play. Smith out of East Point, Georgia.
And once again, I think somebody at the line of scrimmage tips the pass from Wesley Carroll, and it got on out there and was completed, but because of the tip, Jamale Smith unable to catch the football and turn and get out of bounds. He had to come back to it on the inside.
A tip has been the biggest play in this game on the Bulldogs' last possession. Man, it brought him up a yard short on a 4th down opportunity. Carroll under pressure. Now he's going to tuck it. He's going to run and slide in around the 40. Well, they're going to mark it back at the 42-yard line, about 2 yards short of where he slid. We'll see about that. Maybe my eyes were misjudging it, but they do mark it at the 42.
Good job by Carroll.
Here he comes.
See the opening, yeah.
I thought it at least had to be the 33, maybe the 34, but regardless, it's 3rd down and 3 for MSU. Quick pass to the sidelines, in and out of the hands of Jamale Smith, and that'll make it 4th down for MSU.
Yeah, that probably should have been a completion. Had Jamale Smith caught the football, he still would have been coming down, probably being tackled, maybe just shy of that 1st down marker, would have had to fight to get back up there, but still should have been a completion. The incompletion stops the clock. 4th and 3, even though you're on your own side of the field, you play to win. You're not worried about at this point, if you don't get it, you give it back to them, they may score some more. That's not the point. You got to hang on to the football and keep this drive going to have a chance to win the game.
And that's, of course, what they're trying to do here under 5 minutes remaining. It's 4th down and 3. Carroll will look at that 4-man front from the shotgun, and he's going to throw it down the field and up. And going up for the ball, but not able to pull it in as Jonathan Hefney on defense, defending against Smith. The pass is incomplete, and that'll turn it over to the Volunteers on down.
When Wesley Carroll has to reload, you see the pump fake. He was trying to get rid of it early. When he reloads and throws, the ball sails on him. Pump, now get it out. And you see it sails on him, unable to get it down where Jamale Smith can make the catch. Smith probably should have had the 3rd down reception. And then we wouldn't be talking about that. But huge stop for Tennessee. Now it's Mississippi State's defense who's really got the pressure of the rest of this game on their shoulder.
So Ames will take it over at the 42-yard line in Mississippi State territory with a 9-point lead for the Volunteers. Hardesty gets around the right side before Titus Brown tracks him down from behind, but all the way up enough for 1st down yardage. Nice 1st down carry from Ontario Hardesty.
Running through arm tackles here. You have to make contact and wrap up. Damon Glanton, you can't do that. You got to keep that head up and wrap up, put your face mask in there. Don't bow your head and try to, tackle them by the ankles. These Tennessee backs run through that all the time. They've done it all day long.
The Mississippi State defense had only been on the sidelines for less than a minute of play clock. So still a little bit winded here late in the 4th quarter. Hardesty again, right side, moving the pile up close to the 25-yard line. One of the keys of this game, we mentioned it at the open, And it came through for Tennessee. Yet again this year, they protect their quarterback, Eric Ainge. A couple of times MSU has been able to get pressure on him, force him into some errant throws, but not often enough and not early enough in the play to get on Ainge before he's able to get rid of it. And that offensive line of Tennessee has done a great job protecting him, not just today, but all year.
Well, and Mississippi State was able to do something today that Georgia was unable to do a week ago, and that is pressure him into some really bad decisions, some bad throws, and even force him to throw an interception.
That's right.
But the offense for MSU just been unable to get anything going here in the fourth quarter.
Second down. Hardesty, and we've got a whistle and a stoppage of play. Flag down on the ground. It's going to be hard.
Got to move the football, want to put up one last score, and but they certainly don't want to see him go backwards with mental mistakes like false start penalties.
Second down and 10. Ainge to Hardesty. Hardesty right side, sees a gap, fights forward for about 5, down close to the 26-yard line. Jamar Chaney in on the stop from his middle linebacker position. 2:44 remaining in the ball game. Tennessee with a 3rd down and 5 and a 9-point lead. They're at the Bulldog 26-yard line. And hit in the backfield. Hardesty, but he spins out of it. Tries to get back to the line of scrimmage before Titus Brown leads the charge. And Tennessee is going to spot it at the 33 and attempt a 43-yard field goal. Lincoln 2 out of 3 today. He did hit a 47-yarder. This one from 43. The snap is back and the kick is up. It is long enough and it is good. And that will make it a 12-point game, 33-21 with 2:32 remaining. Lincoln has had a nice day. He has had his first miss on the year today. Came in 8 out of 8. But the freshman has had a nice day and contributed 9 points by way of field goal for the Volunteers. Sylvester Kroom trying to figure out a way to score 13 points in 2.5 minutes. And Tennessee will kick it off. Justin Williams will take it at the 8, come right back up the middle. Going to be hit and dropped around the 25-yard line, being driven back near the 20, but they'll spot it up. Looks like the 24 is where they'll have the offensive line of scrimmage, and the Bulldogs will take over at that point, trailing by 12, 33-21 to the Tennessee Volunteers. And man, just not enough time. Possibly a score. The Bulldogs certainly would love to get another score on the board, but be very, very difficult to get the 2 scores needed here with 2:24 remaining.
Yeah, and I guess you could say that stranger things have happened,
sure,
in the past. And yeah, but the odds stacked against you. But you need to put together a drive here and throw the football.
Carroll eludes some heavy pressure and finds Stallworth out in the flat.
They're avoiding the pressure of a guy who outweighs you by about 150 pounds and then make the throw.
He's shown a lot of poise for a freshman. Cool-headedness, gets out of some trouble, finds some open guys. Like right there, stepping up in the pocket, not once but twice. He's going to be drugged down from behind, but a couple of good moves, making himself active in the pocket. And if the pocket breaks down, the play doesn't necessarily go to pot.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, Mississippi State's front guys have done a pretty good job all day long. Carroll almost gets away, and that goes as a sack. That may be the first one that Tennessee's been able to get today, a sack on Wesley Carroll. He's done a good job getting the ball out, kind of like Eric Ainge has done all year long.
There's a pass over to the left. Jamel Smith gets it. Enough for a first down up near.
He's trying to just kind of be in that prevent look in the secondary where we're going to let you throw stuff underneath, but I guarantee you they don't intend to let you complete 12-yard throws and get out of bounds.
Carroll moving to his left. Looks down the sidelines. Almost has it picked off over on the sideline by Marsalis Johnson.
Carroll tried to outsmart those defensive guys and give them a pump fake up like he's going to run and then drop it right over their head. I saw what he saw, but he almost threw it right to them.
Yeah, I'm glad you saw it because I didn't see it.
He had Aubrey Bell standing over there right behind him, and it would have taken kind of a jump shot, a three-pointer, you know, to get it over their heads. And I tell you, those guys on defense for Tennessee can jump a lot higher than they could last year in high school down in Florida where he was throwing the ball too.
That's right. Second down from midfield. Carroll. Just off the outstretched hands of Jamel Smith. Just got a hand on it.
Yeah, high and out in front. Good time up front. Step up, deliver the ball on the dig route. That's a deep end. Whew. A chance to bobble that ball to himself. I tell you, anytime though you see those receivers across the middle kind of bobbling that football, you think, okay, when is somebody going to come in there and clean his clock? Yeah. And I'm not saying that Jamel Smith lacks courage at all. He doesn't, but I bet you he was thinking, when am I going to get hit? You know, but Ball's incomplete.
Certainly defenders in the area on the plays. That brings up third down now from midfield, 3rd and 10. Carroll straight back, looks out to the right side, and the pass is going to be incomplete. Almost intercepted. It was intended for Lance Long. Vincent on the defense, and boy, Vincent was thinking 6 all the way there.
Yeah, that's a long throw. Ball's on the left hash, throwing it way across to the other side, trying to get it there before Vincent can break. And it's a long throw. You got to have a really strong arm to get it there in time. Maybe a little bit of a dangerous throw. Fortunate that Vincent doesn't have it dancing around in the end zone right now.
4th down. Bulldogs will go for it. Still at midfield. 4th and 10. Minute 23 remaining in the ball game. 33-21. Tennessee leads in the contest. And Carroll will set it up from the shotgun. He's going to tuck it and try and run for the first down. Slides a good 4 yards short, and that'll just turn it over to Tennessee.
Yeah, you got to be thinking about down and distance there. It's 4th down. You got to get 10 yards. If you can't make it running the ball, and if it was going to end in a slide, just stand back there and give it a heave down the field. You don't have much of a chance if you run 6 yards and slide. And
that was maybe the first time he's looked like a freshman today.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. Probably a great way to sum it up right there, Steve.
It really is. I thought he's played an excellent game, shown a lot of poise today, but he did, in fact, look like a freshman on a 4th down sliding when there's no tomorrow. And Tennessee's going to come in, and they're just going to run clock out here as we've got 1:15 remaining in the game. They lead by 12, and they're going to take a knee.
And Mississippi State came into this game 4-2 on the year, going to fall to 4-3. The Bulldogs do have one SEC win. That was on the road at Georgia. But Tennessee going to jump up to 4-2, get an SEC win. And after the Florida Gators suffered back-to-back losses to Auburn and then to LSU, Tennessee is in the driver's seat after their win over Georgia a week ago. They're in the driver's seat along with South Carolina over there in the Eastern Division.
Yeah, Tennessee will be on the road in Tuscaloosa next week to face Alabama. Mississippi State will be on the road in West Virginia to face the Mountaineers up in Morgantown, West Virginia. So a tough assignment for both squads. Again, going to the knee is Ainge.
Yeah, and we said this a couple of times, but I think we really did see 2 pretty good football teams out there today. Both of these coaches can be proud of the effort their teams put forth.
33-21 is our final score. Tennessee wins it on the road, and 2 old offensive linemen, Phil Fulmer and Sylvester Croom, wishing each other congratulations in this ball game. And the quarterbacks, a senior Ainge and a freshman Carroll, talk to each other there. And that'll wrap it up. Wrap it up from here at Davis-Wade Stadium in Starkville. The executive producer for CSS is Steve Thomas. The senior coordinating producer is Russ Aaron. Today's game was produced and directed by Anthony Early. For more information on CSS, including programming information, your favorite team's schedule, and how you can become the CSS Ultimate Fan, log on to css-sports.com. And now for Matt Wyatt, I'm Steve Ellis, saying goodbye from Starkville, where Tennessee has won over MSU 33-21. So long, everybody.